And welcome back into a brand new episode of Tribal Council Chat. As always, we are your hosts. My name is Bruce Heller,
And my name's Brett Parnell.
and we have a special guest with us this week to
That
recap
we
the
do.
49 premiere. It, you guys have heard me talk about Instagram Survivor games I used to play in. We have someone I've played in a couple seasons with, and that is
And
my friend
surprisingly
AJ is
enough,
here.
AJ's played with me as well, just about a year and a half apart from when he played with you, Bruce.
Mine was like I played in so many of those, like 2020, 2021. I
Yeah,
would just finish one and go right into another one.
nice.
Oh yeah, I played. I mean, sometimes I was playing like four or five at a time because like they were so quick and like if they
Yeah,
were Instagram ones, like you could do multiple at once. If they were Zoom ones, you'd probably only play one at a time. But I would play
yeah,
multiple
Yeah,
Instagram ones at a time, and they were fun. Like me and you, Bruce, back from 2020, we
I
did a lot
know.
of
I
fun.
came out of retirement earlier this year just because I was bored, and I did one season and did well enough to get an All Stars invite and finished second the second time. So
There you go.
sweet.
I haven't played since July of 2023. I got second place and lost to a bitter jury by one vote. So I was like, I'm done with this. Goodbye.
yeah, I stopped in 21 and didn't do any until this year, and I think I'm done again. I got another invite on that same franchise and turned it down. But
I
I
don't.
got
Yeah, go ahead.
all the way to the end of the last one I played, and the host played a twist on us where tribal council was, or final tribal council was not final tribal council in terms of the votes, but the last person to be voted out happened immediately after I won final immunity.
oh
And with that happening, I didn't have enough time to tell the person that ended up coming forth, we need to vote out the guy who's obviously going to win. But she messaged me and said, I'm voting out the person who I thought was not going to win. So I'm like, well, I guess now I'm voting you out and he's winning.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
those were good times to look back at. I mean, there was a community and a lot of people knew each other and played a lot of different games together. But I mean, we were all back in high school and some people in middle school. But now, I mean, everyone just went on with their separate lives and you still connect with people, but those games just don't really happen anymore. But that
yeah,
is not what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah.
yeah. Real
We are
quick,
here to
because you
talk about the
mentioned
Premium 49. Go
yeah,
ahead, Bruce.
real quick because you mentioned host twist. I always thought in my head if I hosted an Instagram game, my twist would be Final Tribal would be a Final Four instead of three for some reason. So that's just where my crazy mind went. But we have actual Survivor to talk about again,
Thank
finally.
God. That was a long off season. We had AU versus the world, and it was good.
Yeah,
That was
Short-lived. It was good.
fantastic.
It
it
was,
was.
yeah. But I do like AU more than US in a lot of aspects, but
Interesting.
I still love US Survivor, so I'm so glad we
Yeah.
get
I
it.
am just, and I love David Gannat, but or however his last name is pronounced. I'm frustrated with Australian right now because of what they've done with
Oh,
their
don't even get
hosting.
me started. JLP was so good. I can't believe they did that. That was
But
so
I had a realization this week. Now that he's available, if I am of the opinion that if Probst ever retires, the show can keep going because we
Yeah.
just hired Jonathan.
I never thought they'd ever take a chance on that because I didn't think they'd ever want to interact with AU, but I did see didn't Probst just like make an Instagram post with him like 2 weeks
Yeah.
Yeah,
ago?
they
He
had
was,
lunch this week.
So exactly. So maybe there
I
is a
think Jonathan's probably been in Los Angeles ever since post finale party.
Yeah. But what did you guys think of the 49 premiere?
This cast is really entertaining.
Yeah.
yeah, I liked it a
I think
lot.
it's one
Oh,
of the better casts they've done in a while, at least from day one. We'll see how it pans out. But
um, I really liked it a lot. I know it might have been, I don't know what you guys thought. I think it might have been a tiny bit slow. It didn't bother me because I still love Survivor. I hate when people complain like episodes
Hmm.
should be shorter. Like it's still my favorite show. I want to watch Survivor, but I did think it was a tiny bit on the slow side, but for a
mm.
premiere, but I still really enjoyed it. I mean, you got to know most of the people pretty well.
See,
Um,
I'm the opposite. I like a slow premiere because we're, like you say, getting to know the players well, which is what I want. I don't want 50 million advantages showing up 10 minutes into the season.
Yeah.
Completely agree with that, though. Yeah,
And
there's two ends of the spectrum.
we had a new era premiere where there wasn't a journey, there wasn't any talk of lost votes, there wasn't
Yeah.
a beware advantage, and there wasn't a beware advantage that was found and left so someone could come back to it later, Andy, that wasn't there when he came back.
It was.
I
Do you
didn't
think
care
is
about
this,
any
is
of
this
that stuff. It was kind of refreshing.
is
It
this the
was.
first premiere of the new era that's done that? You think? I can't.
I think
I
so.
think so.
Yeah, it has to be.
I
But
can't think of another one.
neither can I.
And I'm sure they'll happen at some point, but I mean, we're maybe finding, especially in the lead up to 50, where you guys tell me what you think, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if the cast, almost kind of the way that, like, in 40, Edge of Extinction wasn't a product of Edge of Extinction was amazing in 38 and we have to bring it back. It was Rob and Sandra and Parv need a way to have a second chance in the game because they're too big of a threat. I'm almost wondering in this one if, like, the fact that we got this premiere is maybe the 50 cast pushing the game in the direction that they envision it going, leading into the huge season that's coming up.
Yeah, I can see that.
I definitely think so. I mean, like it was early in the episode. They like had like the montage of all the prior seasons, and I think like 80% of the people they showed were people that were going to be on 50. I mean, I think everyone was excited.
Was it not 100%?
It showed Parv at one point,
Oh, okay, I missed that.
but other than that, I think it might have been every other
So
person.
maybe I got it wrong because another friend of mine didn't know or didn't pick up that they showed Angelina, and maybe I was thinking Angelina was Parv.
Okay, I don't remember if
So
Angelina was shown. I just remember seeing Parv and that being the
okay,
reason.
so that's
But
probably a me mistake now that we've got it confirmed from two sources that it was Parv.
Well, I love the beginning of the episode though, where they have, I think it's Alex talking about Survivor and how the game works, and it's just set to horror movie music, and like camera flashes like a horror movie trailer.
it might have been Jawan. I think Jawan went first, and then did Alex go second? I know they both talked,
Yeah,
but
that
yeah.
whole like making Survivor seem like you're in a horror movie thing.
Oh yeah, I loved it. It reminded me of when Tevin had his opening monologue.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So
So diving in, we mentioned the intro. Alex mentions that he's a communications director on Capitol Hill, that he's good at kissing butt and telling people what they want to hear. And he was one of my draft picks because of this job. I think that's going to suit him really well.
oh, I completely agree. I think he's in a great spot. Him and Jake both. And so I mean, honestly, everyone seems like they're in a great spot on that tribe except for Annie. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but she didn't go home. So
correct.
for all of you who laughed at me,
I would just like to point out for the first time of probably a couple times I'll mention this on the podcast, our 3-time, I think, reigning draft champion now had his first round and 5th overall pick go home first.
Yeah.
So
Really?
Yeah, our friend Kevin, who's won the last 3. We changed the format of the draft and changed it from a 3-person draft to like a 16 draft because he won 2 in a row, and he won last year. We are very openly preying on his downfall, which we're
So
off
we
to a
were
good start. So
we were drafting 3 teams of 6, but then we added Bruce's mom, my dad, and our friend Kyle, who hosts our Big Brother show on this channel, into the draft as well.
Yeah, Kyle joined this year. We just had 3 people that didn't get picked as an audience team last season. But yeah, the 5th overall pick in the draft went home. So Kevin's off to a great start. But
he ain't three-peating. We'll see.
Bruce, you're going to be getting texts as soon as this airs on Saturday.
Oh, I got a few, like, when he did 3-peat of, he couldn't do what my football team he did what my football team couldn't do. So yeah, I'm gonna return that favor when I can. But also a note from the marooning. This is the last season of Survivor Jake's dad will be able to see because he has glaucoma, which is
Yeah,
sad, but a really cool backstory.
it was.
Very, very sad. I will. So if I was on Jake's tribe and I'm out there and I hear him say that, and then I also hear him say that his wife is giving birth while he's on the island, I'm like, those are two really incredible stories and very sad stories for one of them. But like, there is no chance I want to take that guy to the end because he will
Yeah,
be just right away.
Yeah.
no chance.
I'm surprised none of them said that. I mean, they might have, and it just didn't get shown. But I mean, I love Jake, so I'm really rooting for him. But
Yeah.
if I were in the tribe
It
with
seemed
that,
like Annie kind of brought it up a little bit.
good point. Yeah, she did.
I also love that with Jake, our content from him ranges from super emotional, sad backstory to I was an exotic dancer to I'm going to hide a shoe each day for some reason.
Yeah,
We are just getting content from all ranges of the spectrum from him in this episode.
Yeah, we are.
flashbacks to Russell.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yup,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I thought of.
Do either you guys have any other notes from the marooning?
Jeremiah being called out as a Leafs fan, that's got to be embarrassing on national television.
I would have
mean,
thought.
they beat your
Yeah.
team in the playoffs, so
Let's not talk about that. My team will beat them this year in the playoffs.
So I mean, Jake was like, hell, can I curse a little bit on here? No.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
We're
Jake was
past
like,
the first 30 seconds.
oh, okay.
From
Jake-
what I've gathered, YouTube's rules on any content that isn't for really young kids, the first 30 seconds, you don't know. After that, it depends if you check this is for children or not.
Okay, gotcha.
Which I always check no on that anyway.
Yeah, because
Disable commenting if you check yes. So
that's it.
But I'm surprised Jake was like hell yeah to that because he's from Edmonton. I'd imagine he's probably an Oilers fan. I don't know because he didn't say, but I mean, I guess they probably just wanted to bond over hockey because I know a lot
Yeah.
of
the
like
Oilers are your number two, aren't they?
They are. I mean, yeah, I got the Blue Jack. It's in the Oilers, so.
Oh, nice. He's
Yeah.
also like he works in Edmonton now in the prison system, but his bio said he's from Saskatchewan. So they don't
okay.
have
I
a
didn't even
team.
know
So
that.
it's possible that he could, being from the prairies, just chose to be a Toronto fan.
Sure. I didn't
My
even know from
My
Saskatchewan.
uncle lived in Winnipeg, but when there was no Jets, and he's a Toronto fan. So
Nice.
Okay.
and grew up in New Brunswick.
I have a Thrashers hat, which is what the current Winnipeg Jets used to be. So
That's true. You should wear that when we go to the game, Bruce.
no, he's coming in April, and we're going to a Blues versus Jets game.
Yeah.
So I will not be wearing my Thrashers hat that night.
That Blues hat you got on now is pretty sick. I really
Yeah,
like
it is.
Thank you. I wear this. One of the jerseys I own is one of four is their 90s retro jersey with the red on it. So I usually wear this hat when I wear that jersey.
That's
Nice.
nice.
But I've got like 4 or 5 Blues hats at this point. So
It's cool that like me and you can bond over our hockey teams because they have no rivalry at all. But then when it comes to baseball, the Reds and Cardinals just absolutely despise each other. And hate everything about the
I
Cardinals.
blame Brandon Phillips for that.
That's Brandon Phillips is my favorite Reds player of all time. So
Which just makes it so much funnier
I
And
know.
then
in the history. That
And
brawl
then
was wild though. If you're listening, look up the Cardinals and Reds 2010 brawl on YouTube. It's
That was
insane.
wild.
And then the day after the hockey game, Bruce and I are going to see our baseball teams play each other. So
Oh yeah,
that'll be
the
fun.
Red Sox are at Busch the next night. So
Are you a Red Sox fan?
Yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan.
They're probably my second favorite MLB team. I really like them and the Mariners a lot too. So
I was getting into baseball at the same time as Survivor All-Stars, so it was just given.
makes sense.
So we dive into the reward challenge at the marooning, and for each team, the way this works is for each team, a pair of people run down the beach and they untie these crates that are ropes that are heavy, and they get them back to the start, and then two more people run out into the ocean and untie a boat filled with crates and bring that back, and then I think they have to do they assemble the crates into a puzzle? I forget what happens next.
Yeah, they like lined the blocks up in a way to where it would like stack evenly in a square and like the tile thing would lay perfectly flat on top.
That's right.
Yeah, and I don't whenever I'm watching challenges like that that always look so similar to every other obstacle course challenge that Survivor runs, I never remember exactly what happens, but I do remember Jason really did really well at the puzzle. He seemed like
Yeah.
he killed that and was like a big reason why they won that challenge.
I like the winners at war, like marooning reward challenge, where
Oh
there's
yeah.
like teams of people in the water, like wrestling over these rings.
That's my favorite stuff. I mean, my favorite immunity challenge of all time is definitely hands on a hard idol, but like
Yeah,
like the heroes versus villains opening marooning challenge, the winners at war one, like basically the same thing, just one's on land, one's in
Yeah.
water. Like I also love that a lot too.
My favorite challenge, well, I like the survey challenge, but
Oh,
favorite
touchy
immunity
subjects.
challenge. This is where my a little bit sadistic, but mostly just chaos side comes out, and last gasp is probably my
Oh,
favorite.
I didn't even think about it. I love Last Gasp. Yup.
I've said last season they should use that as a final immunity because it's already anxiety inducing for people, but add the stakes of final immunity to that. Be
Oh, I
great TV.
completely agree. I mean, I know. Did you guys vote on the 50 stuff? Like
yeah.
what immunity challenge
Yeah,
you
I
got?
voted for
We would. What
Emotion.
we would do is we would be recording this show, and at the end of the episodes, when they had the votes come up, I would always have my phone up, and we'd be discussing what we were going to vote on and voting while we were live on air.
Yeah,
That
I
makes sense.
voted for Emotion mostly because like they do it too much for final immunity, but it was the best of the three options because the other two were just random challenges, I think. So
So I do agree. I mean, objectively, I think Samotion is the best challenge by far, but I know they do it a lot. So I voted for the one with the that was the final immunity in 46 that Ben won with the big Plinko thing.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
that one's
Um,
cool too.
I thought it was really cool. I don't think it's a final immunity challenge worthy thing, but I just didn't want to see Samotion for the 10th time.
They
But
do
I
it
don't know.
so much and it's always final immunity.
I know. I don't know why Hands on a Hard Idol or Last Gaps or like anything else couldn't have been an option for that third.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think logistically, I understand why they wouldn't use Last Gasp for a final immunity, given that the last time they did it, you had two people outlast the tide.
That's a good point. I know,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
with
like that's
Ellen
happened
Carla.
once in all the times they've done it. The odds of it happening again seem low.
The
Yeah.
audience knows what I'm going to say, but since you brought up Hands on a Hard Idol, AJ, Bruce and I have talked about this before. I'm like, other than the fact that the four of them would probably still be out there, just imagine Tony, Michelle, Natalie, and Sarah doing that challenge in 40.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Tony would have made that the greatest thing to ever be on television. He would have
Yeah.
talked the entire time. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny.
Also,
Yeah.
in AU versus the World, Giant Samotion was a fun twist.
That was.
Yes. I really liked that challenge and I love Luke, so seeing him get his redemption on that challenge was really cool, but I do like
Yeah.
that version a lot.
So in this marooning reward challenge, Hina, who's the yellow tribe, wins, and Uli, who's red, finishes. Well, never mind. The second and third place don't matter. This was reward. So Hina wins.
Yep.
Uli and Kella, I think, is how the blue one is pronounced.
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Are gonna compete for camp supplies, and Uli has Rizzo. I think he volunteers. Alex goes to compete for blue, and Alex volunteering catches Jake's attention. It makes Jake want to trust him and want to work with him already.
Yeah.
So Alex has someone that wants to work with him without even having a single conversation yet.
He sure does. And at this point, we also already see why Rizzo is going to be on 50.
Mhm.
He's going to be pure entertainment this whole season.
Oh yeah, I know. It's not even a question. Him and
Based,
Savannah, like
based on the self nickname and what we read in the cast release, I was kind of afraid he was going to be Rome coming into the season. But I like him more than I liked Rome at any point.
I thought he was, yeah, I agree. I thought he was gonna be like a huge built up like Gen Z, like super nerd type of guy. And like he is a more of a, I wouldn't say completely down to earth, but he's more normal than I thought he was gonna be on the season. I know he's getting shown a lot, but like in terms of his personality, I do think it's a little bit more normal than I thought it was gonna be.
I also appreciate from the cast release that he mentioned liking High School Musical and Camp Rock. So, but we go to Hina and we see Steven is open and he's talking about his hearing aid, which is really cool. And people are asking him about it. And
Yeah.
this was a cool scene.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even know about that. Because I watched the like press videos and stuff and like did a little bit of watching the preseason stuff, but I had no idea that he had those. So I was pretty surprised by that, but that's cool.
Yeah. I was having Amazon flashbacks a little bit, but
Oh yeah, with Christy, I believe her name was.
yeah. Steven also says people call him Discount Ryan Reynolds, which is a fantastic nickname, to be honest.
I could see it. I didn't think of it, but not then when they said that, I was like, yeah, I kind of see it.
Yeah. And so moving to Kella, so this is just off of my notes. If either of you guys have anything, jump in. Sophie B tells Nicole she's the only person that she has a good vibe from. And then we proceed to see in the very next scene Sophie trying to be everyone's friend and build relationships with
I
everyone.
was going to say that Sophie is really learning, even though we have a player on this who has a direct contact to strategize pregame with Boston Rob. Sophie is playing Rob's strategy of making alliances with every single player that she meets.
As long as she doesn't do the thing Swati did on 42 and tell everyone they're her number one, and then they
Yeah.
compare notes.
Oh, I think she's in probably the best spot on that tribe. I don't know if you guys agree, but
Yeah,
I agree.
probably.
She's in the best spot on this tribe. Even more so than like Alex and Jake, is it?
yeah.
Yeah, just because she has options. She can go really
Exactly.
anywhere. The one place I'm nervous for her is that I get the sense this might be the disaster tribe. Then again, maybe, and we'll see, but maybe Nicole was the problem. And they might be better next week. Hopefully for them they are, because I prefer like an even game, but we don't seem to get even games that much in New Era Survivor.
No, we get tribes like the Purple Tribe in 46 instead. So
Yet somehow produce the winner of the game. So that means that isn't always bad for Sophie.
no, Purple Disaster Tribes produce Kenzie as a winner and Jam Jam as a winner. So
Yep.
it's kind of wild, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
But moving forward to a tribe that does not seem very disastrous, we're at Uli now, and Savannah tells us they're going to be the Vibes tribe, she thinks, but she doesn't really care about being the Vibe tribe or not, which is funny.
She wants to be the female Russell Hantz, according to
Yeah.
her game coverage. So she doesn't want any of that.
No.
I love that.
Yet from go ahead, Bruce.
The person that wants to be like Russell isn't the one that is hiding things. By the way,
I know.
that's what's wild.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm honestly surprised that they didn't show the fact that Shannon's parents used to own a bar that Boston Rob worked at or whatever it was. Like, I'm surprised that was not shown on TV.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, I thought that
And
was
I mean, it
brought up
might
in
be
the
at
first
some
session.
point, but
yeah. That's just
we
wild.
could get an example who it's unlikely, but at some point of the season, the reward today is letters from home, and her letter is from Boston Rob as opposed to someone in her family.
Letters from home are wild, or videos from home. I was catching up on Big Brother last night, and someone realized that a certain someone was not in his video, and is finally having self-awareness.
What a shocker.
Surprise. And once
Yeah,
once you walk out the door of that house, you'll find out she doesn't follow you on Instagram either.
I mean, I know. I think Vinny and Morgan are just gonna get together right away anyway. Like,
Yeah.
They're
I don't
yeah.
know what your guys' opinion of the season is, but I was so sad when Keanu,
This is our
Yeah.
first season
like,
watching, and
it's the first
so
season. What?
this is the
Watching.
first season we've watched of Big Brother.
Oh, really? Like,
So yeah,
oh,
apparently we started with the Big Brother version of Gabon, where the
yeah,
gameplay
you
is
did.
not good, but the personalities are insane.
Yes, you
We
did.
we had Kyle start the show on our channel, so we're like, okay, we'll put aside the fact that it takes so many hours of my limited day.
It's been such a fun season.
I do recommend watching it because I mean it's during the Survivor off season of 4 months where it's over the summer and there's
Yeah,
nothing else to watch. So I mean it does keep up my week. So I do like
yeah.
it. It's been an okay season. I was really excited for it because I thought the theme of like Hotel Mystere was awesome and then none of it really panned out. But
I'm
I love
still waiting to
Keanu.
see if the mastermind is his own character, or if they have like some reveal or someone under the mask. So
I saw a theory that it was Boston Rob, and I really hope that it's Boston
I've seen
Rob.
some. I saw someone think it was Rachel at one point. So
I thought
there's
that.
so many theories.
I literally thought that.
But no, that relating back, Brett mentioned letters from home. That's what led me last night because Vince finally had a moment of self awareness after realizing his girlfriend wasn't in his video from home. So back on Uli though, we learned that Nate he tells them he's a production assistant and that he worked on the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, which is really cool already.
Yeah.
But he's actually a producer and has worked on a bunch of MCU movies, but isn't sharing that because, threat level, which is really smart.
I agree. I mean, I don't, I'd imagine he probably makes a good amount of money already. I don't know, but I mean, if you're gonna go out there and say that I already have a lot of money, people aren't gonna want to have you win the game because they want to give the money to someone that actually.
Mike White came second and got a call for 50. So
That's very true,
There's
but I
no
don't.
way he's winning 50, though.
I doubt it.
not with how big the White Lotus has become.
White
True.
Locust.
That was Big Brother, not.
I just want to know what he had to do to get them to do that, or if that was just if they had to do that to get him to come play 50 or what. Because there
Yeah, I
has
don't
to have
know.
been some deal for them to use that as their name.
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
know. Um,
But we see Sage and Shannon also bonding early on Uli, so that's something to look out for. And so we go from Uli to the camp supplies battle. And what did you guys think of the battle for camp supplies?
I liked it. I think Alex really sold the bag. I mean, obviously he did, but like one of Jeff's Prope's taglines is you got to dig deep. And
Yeah.
Alex did not dig deep. Like
Yeah.
the map literally showed, okay, it's between these two logs. It's not going to be anywhere else other than between these two logs. Dig there, and if you don't have it, dig deeper. That's all he had to do.
Yeah, I was cracking up at Rizzo literally assembling his puzzle on top of Alex's puzzle and bringing it over to his station.
That
Yeah.
was really funny. That's something I would do. I suck at puzzles. I'm good at slide
Yeah.
puzzles, but ever like jigsaw puzzles like that, I'm terrible at. I know for a fact I would have done the exact same thing.
So for the audience sake, the way this challenge works, they have to find 10 coconuts with their tribe color painted on it, and they have puzzle pieces inside of them, and they're
But I'm
digging in this huge sand field, and then they assemble those puzzle pieces basically.
But the whole time that you guys are saying that he's copying him, and he was obviously, I, as somebody who also podcasts on MTV's The Challenge, as I just did, is screaming at the screen, Alex, just destroy the puzzle. You've already seen where the X is.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I wonder two things. I wonder one if he was allowed to. I'd imagine he probably was, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows, but
Also,
I'd imagine so.
what if he destroyed it and then just completely forgot where the X was?
That's what
So
I'd be afraid
then
of
he'd be
is like not being
screwed.
able to put it back together.
Yeah.
Usually
he
with
clearly
the
already
challenge,
didn't
like
know
when
where the X was.
Yeah.
usually like on a challenge final, when someone destroys a puzzle, it's because they're done and they're moving on to the next thing. I wouldn't destroy my puzzle while I'm in the middle of building it.
Yeah, exactly. I
I
mean,
would have.
well, if it's a map, I mean, I probably would have destroyed it if I was allowed to, but I don't blame him for not doing it. I
Yeah.
just blame him for not digging deeper.
Yeah.
I will say props to Rizzo for just having no shame at all. Because not only is he bold enough to build his puzzle literally on top of Alex's, but one time he tries to do it while Alex is standing directly in front of it. And
I know,
Alex has to like lean over
100%.
on top of it and say no.
And then he eventually gets up and Uzo just does it anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But literally trying to like copy off your opponent's puzzle right in front of them is a crazy move. He's so much fun.
Yeah.
I know. I love him a lot. The only other thought I had was I feel like a lot of these challenges where you have to get the supplies after the reward challenge are usually like a lot more physically demanding challenges like that take longer. I know they had to run and get the coconuts, but I feel like these usually take longer. It felt like a little short, but I don't know.
Yeah. The one last season was fun. The like scavenger hunt obstacle course run through the woods thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like with the
Fill
rope
this
and
jar
stuff.
that one of them broke.
Yeah. I did like that one too.
And then just the classic sweat versus savvy at camp from early New Era is always a fun one.
Yeah, I am glad they changed it up though, because I know it was getting a little repetitive, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like that they still do new things.
Sweat versus savvy did give us David Jelinski not knowing what the word several means, though. So
That's very true. Oh man, if any first boot comes back, it's got to be Jelinski.
Yeah.
we did a fan cast second chances at one point, and I think I put Zane Knight on there. So he might be
Oh, he's great
my
too.
first boot vote to return, honestly.
Those two and Reem are probably the top three.
Now you've just lost me.
Oh no, so I'm just talking about in terms of who they bring back. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I thought you meant in terms of who you would want to bring back.
I
I'm
would
like,
I would run.
Lynn would probably be my last first boot I'd bring back.
I need to see the mind behind the strategy of tell people I want to be voted out, so the people that are really with me will tell me to stay. I need to see that mind back years
Oh
later.
my God, it was so funny.
Now
I
that
think
he's
yeah.
a little bit older, a little bit more mature, let's bring Zane back somehow.
We hope.
Even if
We know
not,
he's
it'll
older.
be great. Man, that Matt's thing was wild. They had
Yeah.
Zane, they had the girl that
Angie.
yeah, cookies.
Yep.
And they had Denise and Malcolm, who go on to be
Yeah.
really well-known players.
And I felt
Russell
so bad
Swan.
I felt so bad for Russell Swan. Like he wanted so bad.
Yeah. So after the Rizzo ends up winning the battle for camp supplies, and we go back to Uli, where we find Nate questioning whether Sage would be a good ally or not because she has no filter and says exactly what's on her mind at all times.
Does she ever?
Sage is entertaining as heck, but I kind of see what he's saying here.
I'm wondering if Sage, and we'll see as she goes on in the game, but if this is actually Sage, or if Sage was maybe trying to be the new Carolyn in week 1.
I guess we'll find out. I think it's just her, though.
Yeah.
I think it is her. I do agree with Nate. Like that's definitely not someone you'd want to tell important information to because that is not going to stay with her. I don't really like her positioning on the tribe though. If they go to tribal, that's probably my guess on who I think goes home.
Mm.
I do enjoy her a lot though, but
yeah. So moving to Kella, Alex comes back. He gets a warm reception. People don't seem to be upset with him for losing the challenge, so that's good for him.
I think in this day and age, everybody knows, especially when it was Sweat versus Savvy, it was solely down to the people playing for your tribe. In new era Survivor, we kind of have just accepted that, you know what, someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. And you'll get a chance to get fired pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're gonna completely want to vote someone out because of that. I mean, we
Yeah.
literally saw Kyle lose that challenge last season and then go on and win the game.
And also, I mean, fire is important for comfort and for warmth at night and for cooking fish. In a post-Koran game where Caleb almost died, it's not important in terms of getting drinking water. So they'll be okay.
Yeah,
And
but
you can
it's
always-
still
yeah,
you
go
still
ahead.
need it.
You still need it, but if you get it in a few days, it's not like All-Stars where you can see Saboga literally dying out there.
Yeah, but they had a really cool bunker on the beach, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks, Rupert.
shout out Jerry on Heroes versus Villains saying that the Villains tribe wasn't the worst shelter in show history, that she had been on that one on her last season. Because Rupert's idea for the freaking shelter building was dig a giant hole in the sand.
I love Rupert so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we moved to. We also. This is where we learned from Jake that after 4.5 years of trying to get pregnant, his wife is giving birth to their son while he's on the island.
That's
hard to
incredible.
miss.
Yeah.
I feel for him.
Yeah. If I was in his shoes, I would also definitely. I mean, obviously, you would ask the wife first, 100%. If she says don't go out there, you don't go out there. But I am in favor of him playing as well because this is once in a lifetime chance, and you can win a lot of money from it. So,
and you'll never have better odds to win that much money.
Exactly.
And he's Canadian, which means that if they win the money, the government doesn't get half of it.
Yeah, I that must be nice.
Nice.
And Canadians have a good track record on the show with Mary and Erica.
It's $1 million. You don't pay taxes on it, unlike what Americans have run into some problems with, Rich. And when you translate that to our dollars, it's like winning $1.4 million.
What if you have dual citizenship?
Then you would have to pay U.S. taxes because you file a U.S. tax return every year.
Okay.
So
I guess we're out of luck, Bruce, if we ever move to Canada.
Bruce, I don't have a U.S. passport, so nor am I a U.S. citizen.
Nice. So moving to Hina, Matt has outdoor skills, we learn. And he tells us that. And we see everyone trying to make fire. And I wasn't huge on Matt based on the cast release. But props to him showing a huge amount of restraint, watching everyone try and fail to make fire. I'm sure he wanted to just jump in and do it.
Yeah.
Huge props. That's really good characteristics of a winner. Not necessarily saying that Matt's going to win, but if you want to win the show, that's the stuff you kind of have to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then Steven finally kind of sees how Matt's waiting and says, Matt, do you want to try? And we have fire pretty quickly after that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he's off to it. I still say white guy with dreads is an interesting choice. But
I don't think they're getting rid of him anytime soon, though, if I had to guess. I mean, that's just
he seems really likable, honestly.
Yeah.
I wasn't huge on him based on the cast release for whatever, not as low on him as my mom was, but based on the cast release.
Yeah, your mom was really low on him.
Yeah, I just think he has weird hair, but he seems really likable. So, based on the show. So, good for him. He's got outdoor skills. That'll help his tribe pre-merge. And so we move to Kella, and this is where we find out that for some reason Jake has decided he's going to hide a left shoe every day. Not trying to sabotage the tribe, not trying to make a point, just for his own entertainment.
I know some people find it dumb. I think, Bruce, I think you might have said you didn't enjoy it as much. I loved it. I think it's so dumb. It's funny.
I agree. It's hilarious. I just don't know why.
Exactly. And that's the point. I mean, especially for a premiere, like I said earlier, that I thought might have been a little bit slower and not as entertaining, even though I still liked it. I did like that a lot. I'm really hoping he hides his own shoe next to try to put as much suspicion off of him as possible. It looked like the shoe he was hiding in the next time on Survivor looked like a guy's shoe, so I'm hoping it's his, but I couldn't
Just
tell.
they really need to show that each week that and they can start like doing Survivor prop bets of like whose shoes he gonna hide next.
Exactly.
Uh, we also see Annie go off on her own while everyone else is together, which is not a good move, and
No.
confessionals from everyone else tell us that's not a good move. And it
Yeah,
also is
not a
creating
good
a
move at all.
bond between everyone else on the tribe. So,
Yeah.
and as I'm thinking, oh, you're isolated, you're not in a good spot. Alex comes out to her and Alex kind of start to form a bond. So she's not completely isolated.
She's not. It kind of reminded me of Malcolm and Denise a little bit.
Yeah. I
But
still think if they go to tribal next week, she's gone. But
100%. The only way I see her not going is if they go tribal next is Jeremiah and Sophie are like, well, if we go to tribal a third time, I don't want it to be us two versus Alex and
Yeah,
Jake.
that's it.
So then they target Alex or Jake over Annie, so they have Annie in their back pocket. Other than
Exactly.
that, I
or
think
Annie pulls a beware
that's enough. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
if
true.
she
But
gets one next episode and then plays it the same episode.
Yeah,
other than those two scenarios, though, I think Annie's cooked.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I almost drafted her and then had a gut feeling not to and took Christine, I think. So I'm feeling good about that so far after watching Annie.
And I almost drafted
You did
someone
draft
else.
Annie.
No, I did. I'm saying I almost drafted someone else, and then I took Annie at the spur of the moment.
Oh. So,
Nate is who I almost drafted.
yeah, and we do see Alex and Annie.
Nate decided to say that his pet peeve is Swifties, which didn't vibe well with me at all.
Hence your sweatshirt. Your
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a Jeff Probst Eras Tour shirt I got off Etsy that I'm gonna wear to Bryson Wen next month.
Nice.
Where at? Where are they going?
Me and Kevin are going to the Chicago one.
Oh, no. How far are you in St. Louis?
I live in like Illinois now. I still visit St. Louis a good amount, but
Oh, okay.
like a 3.5, 4 hour drive, and we drive back after. So I get to my house at like 2 or 3 in the morning, probably. But
I went to the one they had in Dayton, Ohio during season 45, and it was a lot of
Nice.
fun.
Yeah,
They do a great job. I got to take a shot with Wendell, which was really cool.
nice.
Hot for like a bunch of people, so that was a lot of fun.
I went to
the third
the
one we went to. The one last season, Ozzy was there taking shots with people, which is not surprising. That's very on brand for him. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it is.
I went to the first ever 41 premiere in New York City.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know they've been doing it that long. Holy crap.
That was the first one they ever did.
Okay.
It was like we're back from COVID party. Survivor was still a thing. And then I think Bryson Wen only did that one and a finale one for 41, and they were both so successful it became almost a weekly thing.
Yeah, I know. And I know they always go to New York every year because why?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they're both in Philly, so it's not fun.
Yeah.
so before we switch tribes, I just want to point out Alex already has himself in a couple different alliances. He has this thing with Annie. He has this bromance with Jake already that started before they ever talked. And he's got a trio with him and Jake and Sophie. So, like, he is in such a good spot already.
Yeah, I'll completely agree. Like I said earlier, the only reason he'd go home is if Jeremiah and Sophie turned on him, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think it's a great spot.
I don't think he would, because as if he just goes too deep and, again, does the swatty thing of telling like 4 different people you're my number one, and then they compare notes. But I don't think he's dumb enough to leave a trail like that. He's smarter. This is his job, is to maneuver relationships. So
yeah, he's a way smarter guy than me. I like him a lot. I know he didn't dig, but he seems like a really smart guy. I mean, he works in DC, so
yeah, he was one of my draft picks. So I'm feeling good so far.
Yeah,
I had him and Savannah both, so I'm feeling awesome.
Oh yeah.
So moving to Uli, we have Shannon leading the tribe through some yoga and breath work, and once again, Savannah just not into it.
I loved it because that would have been me. I no, I really like Shannon. She seems great, but I'm not a yoga person at
Yeah.
all. So that I mean, Savannah was literally me right there.
I've only taken one yoga class in my entire life, but my instructor was named Pavuli Shallow. So
Fair.
Oh, I didn't even know you did that. That's pretty sick.
I
Okay.
did a 6 week Zoom course with her back in the lockdown.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then she did a bonus yoga session in the middle of the afternoon for us one day.
I was also thinking here of, oh geez, I'm gonna mentally prepare myself for tribe-wide Tai Chi sessions next season because Coach is coming back. So
Oh, I can't wait for that. I love Coach.
Yeah.
I love that him and Q are both back because
Are-
for a lot of our 46 recaps, I was calling Q Coach Burdette because he was just taking someone off every week and just no Q is just wild. So
I love Q. When I went to Ohio State, um, in my Survivor Club, me and my buddies started a dynasty fantasy football league, and
Mm.
for our first draft, we bought a Q cameo, and we had Q decide our draft order, and
oh
it
nice.
Nice.
we sent him like a photo of all of us in like a goofy photo, and like he had to rank us 1 to 14 on who had the most aura in the photos, and that's how we decided the draft order.
That's
Nice.
incredible.
It was awesome. He posted on his Twitter. It was so funny.
That is so much fun. I love that. So we also learned that Savannah and Shannon and Jawan have an alliance, and Jawan is telling us that he's holding open casting calls for who's going to be that fourth person to make majority.
This is funny.
And I like hearing his analysis, but I'm not sure why he thinks he alone gets to make that choice of who's in
Yeah.
the alliance.
Yeah, it did seem like that. I'm honestly shocked he's not like wanting to align more with Nate, given their
Yeah.
careers are like very similar in a way.
Yeah.
Considering what we know about Savannah and Rizzo, this made me think that maybe if they were to go to tribal council, Jawan is the one that goes on overconfidence.
If Sage doesn't go, that would be my second guess. Yes,
Hmm.
Yeah.
because I don't think Shannon would go. I mean, obviously Rizzo and Savannah are not going anywhere for a long time, and
Yeah.
it seems like he's in a fine enough spot. So if it's not Sage, I think it's definitely Jawan. But he does have a lot of upside, I think. So
So moving to Hina, we see this kind of cool scene of Steven. He's talking about having imposter syndrome, and he thinks he's in a good place, but he's also afraid he doesn't belong. And what if they vote him out? And the
Yeah.
new era is really good with these human moment scenes like this.
It is.
yeah, I think everyone could relate to that for sure.
Yeah. And so going back to Uli, Nate realizes he's the oldest person here and he has to make relationships with people he wouldn't normally gravitate towards. And that's really smart. That's good insight from him.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a good mind for the game. Like he didn't want to be like the dad of the tribe, even though he basically already is. But it's not his fault. Like I think he's doing a pretty good job so far. So
Even if you are, it's like go back to the beginning, and I probably cite this as like once every season, but season one, Rudy versus BB. Totally different approach to the game, and one of them is a survivor legend, and one of them went home the first chance they got.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And so we also
Rudy
see
could have just as easily been that guy. I'm in the military. Do this, do that. F you. And
Yeah, him and Rich are one of my favorite like duos of all time.
yeah,
yeah,
They're just such polar opposites. And
I love it. And we also at Uli, right before the immunity challenge, Savannah says that she and Shannon, she thinks they'll get to make the decision who the fourth person to make majority is.
I agree with that. They're in the two best spots on that tribe, and it's not even close.
Yeah, but again, I just think it's funny that Jawan gave us this whole scene about him deciding who the fourth person. I'm like, you're one of three people.
Yeah, I
But
know.
you think you get to make the decision.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting if they pick someone and he picks someone else, how that goes. So going into the immunity challenge, the winner also gets a massive survivor toolkit. Second place gets a smaller toolkit. And I've said this the past couple seasons. I don't think we need a reward for second place. Your reward
Yeah.
you don't go to tribal. If you want a
I
reward, win.
I had never even thought of that, but that's a pretty good point. I mean, why do you need a smaller reward? Yeah.
I don't know. They've been
When
doing this the
ultimately
past
it's like, I guess the toolkit to a point, there's an advantage. I always say, sure, you can give them a bigger or a smaller fishing kit. If they both have a Hawaiian sling in it, we don't need anything else.
Mm-hmm.
They'll try to use other stuff and they might know how to use it though.
They'll use the other stuff if somebody decides they're going to jump off the raft and lose it, like we've seen a few times. But
Yeah. And someone did lose it in Pearl Islands and Rupert freaking went out and found it.
I'm a pirate. It's so funny.
And so the way this immunity challenge works is two people at a time. They're crawling through the obstacles into the woods, and they retrieve this 200-pound serpent, which is basically the snake version of the lizard we got a few seasons ago.
yeah,
But there's three of them, and they're going back and forth two at a time. Once three are gathered, then they guide the three of them guide a ball through a horizontal snake maze, which is interesting. We've seen the vertical snake maze a bunch. I don't. The horizontal one might be new.
yeah,
I think we've definitely seen a version of it. I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but I do like
yeah.
it. I thought it was a cool thing.
It's the whole. It reminds me of the vertical version, which we saw as the first.
Yeah.
We've seen as an
Yeah.
Edge of Extinction battle back. Both seasons Edge is used, where you're.
Yeah, I know. We've seen that one a lot too. Like we saw that in Dave Risk a
I
lot.
like the challenge, but I got the sense just based on, and maybe it was just editing to fill in time, but that it might have been a bit too easy.
Maybe. I mean, you have to
Probably.
carry 200-pound snakes, though.
Yes, but my point is that I'm talking about the puzzle itself. They weren't actually dropping at all.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
did a couple times, but I don't think they did very much. Did you guys watch the Survivor influencer episode thing that they
Not
released?
yet.
No,
It's on my
never
list.
heard of it. Okay, send it to me, Bruce.
Oh, do you not know what it is, Brett?
No, I don't
Brett,
know.
someone
So-
sent it in the subscriber group, I think.
Okay,
So
I'll
a
look.
couple, Brett, to give you context, a couple days before they filmed 49, they invited like 8 influencer, like reality type people to live on the island for 36 hours and do a challenge and have a tribal council. Like Carl from Mr. Beast was there, Tommy Smokes from Barstool was there, Monet Exchange from I believe RuPaul's Drag Race was there. Like they basically did an immunity challenge, and it was this exact same challenge, and
Oh
I'm pretty
wow,
sure they just used it as an excuse to test run the challenge with the Dream Teamers.
makes
Um,
sense.
so I already saw the challenge. I still liked it, but like I wasn't shocked by anything because I had already seen them run it. So
Makes sense.
yeah. But you should watch the influencer thing. I mean, they released like a full 45-minute episode out it. It was cool.
Nice.
Nice. So Hina ends up winning again, and Uli finishes second. So Kello's going to tribal, which I was not shocked by.
Neither was I.
Yeah.
And so we go back to camp, and Alex and Jake and Sophie and Jeremiah seem to decide pretty quickly that Nicole is going home. They need to keep the tribe strong. And I've seen more and more the past couple seasons, and especially Survivor Twitter, which as a whole I have my beefs with, but kind of push back against this. Oh, why are they voting based on challenge strength only? Like wanting to vote socially, strategically at this point in the game. I still like this, honestly. I think pre-merge you need to keep your tribe away from tribal. The way you do that is challenge strength.
I
Yeah.
Merge hits, you vote socially and strategically, but vote physically until the merge.
Like I like Nicole. I went to Ohio State. Nicole went to Ohio State. She was in the business school there. So was I for the first year and a half I was there
Good
before.
thing my dad's not on this podcast.
Is he a Michigan fan?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that sucks. But so I had a little bit of a connection to Nicole in that sense. It sucks that the first boot was the person that represented Ohio State, even though that was not said on the show. Um, and I liked her, but I do agree that like you got to keep the tribe strong. I mean, you're always going to have a reason to vote someone out, and if that's where the tribe is at for that given point, then that's what's going to happen. Like
Yeah.
I know Survivor Twitter just wants all like the most drama they can have and like all the crazy gameplay, but like
They
if
want it to be MTV.
exactly, but if you're going out there to win $1 million, are you going to think of what's best for you or what's best for TV? I know some people think what's best for TV, but if I was out
Yeah.
there, I'm
Yeah.
doing what I can do to win $1 million, and if it's
Yeah.
to keep the tribe strong, it's to keep the tribe strong.
And
I
I
was
guess
also
that's the
happy
thing
with
is
them
it
choosing her as the target again because she was Kevin's first round draft pick, and
I
so
guess
and our
I guess
draft
that's
was
the
like
thing
based
though.
off of the average placement of our players. So
Okay.
this was super helpful to me, and just wanting to see someone else win is mostly why I was happy about it, honestly. So
I guess that's the thing though, like you bring up AJ, that and Bruce, that you do, yes, I agree, want to keep the tribe strong, but I think how you go about keeping the tribe strong and what you play into that calculation might be different depending on every season. So in most cases, yeah, I agree. I would keep players that are going to help you avoid tribal council. But then we take a season like South Pacific, and I'm like, no, I don't care how well Aussie is at challenges. The behavior that Aussie was displaying to people that weren't Aussie level at challenges, which is like 99% of people alive who don't play professional sports, is was so divisive that it was going to cause the tribe to keep losing.
Oh, I completely agree with you. It obviously just depends on what tribe you're on and how the season goes. But like, I mean, I think a great example of keeping the tribe strong is Survivor 46, the Purple Tribe, when they vote out Jelinski first. And then
Yeah.
the very next challenge is that one where you have to like build the blocks in like the rainbow type of thing. And
yeah,
Jelinski's tallness, like he was so tall, he would have been great for that challenge. But instead, they had Jess, who was dying on the island. Didn't help them at all. So it just
to
depends on
be
what
fair,
tribe you're.
Jelinski did quit on two different things, basically.
Oh, I mean, I don't blame them for
and
voting him out. I was just saying, like,
and
that's
to be
great
fair,
enough.
since we're making fun of Kevin for his first round draft pick, they didn't just have Jess; they had Banu.
I took, yeah, our first ever draft was the 46th draft, and I had the first pick, and I took Banu with that overall pick. So I thought
That's
I could
great.
get through this without mentioning that, but I make fun of myself for that pick all the time.
That's so funny.
Hey, he was good TV at least.
Yeah.
He was
One
for
possibly the worst player we've ever seen that wasn't a first boot, but
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
gosh, he went down in flames though. It was great.
Hmm.
But we after we see them pick their target, we see Alex and Jake discussing needing to make Nicole feel comfortable. And we see a confessional from Nicole talking about how she investigates money laundering and knows how to look for red flags and can tell when people are lying. And if she gets any hint of anything, she's playing that shot in the dark. And I'm thinking, oh, this might get interesting. It did not get interesting.
I know. I thought she was gonna suss it out, but then she never did. I loved
We
how
made
like
such a big deal
it,
about being able to suss things out. I really thought they were showing us that because she was going to.
and then it just cut to her vomiting like a lot.
Oh, yeah, I felt bad for her.
I did. I feel like that might have been the most we've seen like an actual vomit on screen. I feel like they usually don't show the actual vomit as much as they did this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we cut to Tribal, and I'm interested to see what other notes you guys have because I wasn't writing notes during Tribal except for one. And I have that Jeremiah mentions that the person going home doesn't know they're going home. They think they're part of the majority. And why would you say this? Because
I
then
know.
you just put red flags up for everyone and put everyone on guard.
Jeremiah is another name that I thought might be going home during this episode for a little bit.
I just genuinely don't get why he said that. The person going home doesn't know they're going home. They think they're part of the majority.
Yeah.
I think he.
And that's why I thought maybe it might be him.
Blindsides are fun. Proceed
Yeah.
to get blindsided.
I think he was just trying to sound cool at Tribal. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. To be honest, whenever I watch like new school episodes nowadays, like Tribal Council is usually the scene that I fade out the most, like before the vote, because it's them just like all beating around the bush, talking about a bunch of metaphors and all that crap. That
Yeah.
like, I mean, they're just trying. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. So I don't even remember a ton of what happened at Tribal specifically. But I do remember that, and like I remember Jeremiah saying like it's between two people tonight and all that. But yeah.
And
I
I
think
feel like
I think he knew he wasn't
both
going
of
home.
those two people knew it was between the two of them. So
Yeah. So I guess it didn't matter. He wasn't
they
getting
both thought they were part of the majority. So I guess like you're not really giving anything away. But apparently Tribal goes for like multiple hours though, and we only see
It does.
Yeah, it does. I
That's
remember
wild. Like
Well, like
apparently
Jeff.
yeah.
So go ahead.
Apparently that Justin vote last season, like when
Yeah.
there were like 3 votes, like I think that was like the longest Tribal of all time, apparently. And like
I read that, and they didn't edit it. Like my takeaway was he didn't fight for himself at all.
yeah, but apparently
Like,
he did. They just didn't show it. Yeah.
any of it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, like Jeff said too, that he really leaves it up to the players. So like if they want to wrap Tribal up in half an hour and they have nothing much to say, they'll do that. If they want to make it a live Tribal that goes till almost when the sun comes up, he'll do that.
Yeah.
had one of those in Australia, those really long live Tribals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that was so much fun. We need something like that.
I know. I agree. That was a lot. I wish it would have been a longer season. I wish they would have had like a full cast of 24 because that was.
Speaking of Australia, let's just get AJ's perspective because Bruce and I have had this debate.
Okay.
If they hypothetically did, as a kind of like Australia, Survivor America versus the world, Erica, Marianne, Genevieve, now we have like Jake. Which tribe do they play on?
Wait, say it one more time. So they do
America versus the world. Who do the Canadians from US Survivor play for?
Oh, okay.
Bruce and I are at odds on this completely.
Okay, that is a very good question.
Yeah.
I'd organize it by show, honestly.
See, I'd organize it by passport.
I would probably guess. Okay, I think there's probably 2 different answers. One that I think they should do, and one that they would actually do.
Okay.
I think they would. I think they should put the Canadians on the international tribe, but they would 100% put them on the American tribe.
Yeah.
But I could see it going either way. That's a good. That's a great hypothetical. Yeah.
So before we wrap up, I'll ask you a question that when we remember to, we ask all our guests here. We did a whole episode on this. It's one of the few topics we disagree on too.
And we've asked this to
we asked this
players,
to
other podcasters, friends,
Patreon of too.
Yeah.
Because you are a Survivor Specialist Patreon, so
I am.
And I'll tell you how Phil answered after this. But if you were a juror on Guatemala, which finalist gets your vote?
So not who should have won necessarily, just who I specifically vote for.
Yeah, who would you have voted for?
Okay. I would have voted for Stephanie.
Okay, you get a win, Bruce.
Finally.
But
it's been like 6 guests in a row.
Phil said Danny like the second Brett finished answering the question.
Okay, I see why she won. It was old school Survivor. It's not new school Survivor. So like my own thought process, I love the game so much. I am not going to let myself be a bitter juror if I'm on the show. I
Yeah,
want to vote for who I believe played the best game. And I know Stephanie burned a lot of bridges, but I also believe she controlled a lot more of the game than Danny did. So,
that's
in
my
my own
argument too.
personal opinion, I would have voted for Steph, but I'm not surprised that Danny won, especially for it being an older school season where like
Yeah.
gameplay was not necessarily respected as much as like being likable and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
and I'm never gonna say a winner didn't deserve to win. I totally get and respect Dane. I'm with you. I like Steph's game better. And also it's the only time where like you see so many times where like half of a strong duo gets voted out and the one that's still in at Final Tribal gets credit for all their moves.
yeah, like
That we
Kyle
didn't
last
see
season.
that. We had this Stephanie Rafe duo. Rafe gets voted out, and Stephanie doesn't seem to be able to claim the moves they made together. That still gets credited to Rafe for some reason.
Which, yeah, that is kind of dumb because like they still were in lockstep the entire time. I know Rafe would have beat Steph, but like, I mean,
Rafe
if
beats
Rafe is not
anyone, I think.
oh yeah, but like since Rafe is not there, Steph is probably the next best person.
Yeah,
But I know Danny was like the last of like her tribe that got decimated post merge, so I know people would want to vote for that. Um, so I see it going both ways, but
yeah.
personally, I probably would have voted Stephanie, and I
That
really like Stephanie, so
that's kind of our guest question we ask when people come on the show.
that's fun. I like that.
And again, there's not a bad option. Either one could have
No,
won.
there isn't.
Yeah, and I
This
But
like
was
it's
a fun
gotten a little
episode.
bit competitive between the two of us every time we have a new guest.
When we did our debate and it was like our first off season. I think it was before 45 started even, and we started after 44 ended. We were still on
Yeah.
free Zoom, but the votes on social media were close. Us asking guests is not as close lately. So
Is
No.
everyone just saying Danny?
Amongst
the
guests
past two
for
or
the
three
last
have.
year or so.
Okay, well, what's the majority of people say Steph? Or
Overall, I feel like it's been pretty even,
The
but
the
lately,
internet leans Steph a bit. The past players that we've had on pretty much all said Danny.
what did Tegwith say? I know you guys had her on
oh,
too.
I don't remember now.
I think she said Danny.
I think she did too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not as quickly. I don't think anyone has answered as quickly as Phil did, though.
No.
Was that's the New Jersey in him. I love Phil so much. I've
That
been a
was
fan
like
of him for so
instant
long.
Danny. I'm like, oh, I lost this one. Okay.
Yeah.
But overall, this was a fun episode. Are you guys anything specific you're looking forward to the rest of the season?
I'm
Go ahead.
curious to see what the idol trinket this time is going to be because there's always like a specific task they have to do to get the idol. It's different every season.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see that. I don't feel like we got the dynamics of the Yellow Tribe,
Yeah.
Hina, whatever it's called, that much. So I'm kind of curious to see where everyone stands there.
Yeah.
I mean, if they go to tribal next week, to be honest, I don't know who's going home.
I don't know. Shaheen made a good point that Hina did well in challenges, largely because of the other Sophie's communicating. So I think she might be fine.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, obviously we know Savannah and Rizzo are going to go far, but if one of them wins, it is what it is. I mean, it was going to get settled anyway. But if neither of them win, I'm really looking forward to seeing who the winner is and like what their edit's going to be and like how the internet is going to react to like, is this person going to win or is it just going to be Rizzo or Savannah? So it'll be interesting. I'm excited. Survivor. I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. Like everyone hates 48.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed 48. It's Survivor. I mean,
Brett is convinced that because we know two winners on 50, Savannah or Rizzo wins. I am not as convinced. I could totally see them just having a tribe without a winner on 50 and having two with one. So
my own opinion, I do think Savannah probably wins. Because I know Savannah is on her own tribe on 50 that is not with D nor who's the other person? Kyle. And did you guys see who the rumored two people were that Savannah and Rizzo took the spots of on 50? I don't know if you guys know that or not.
I didn't even know Savannah was one of the spots till we recorded our draft. And I'd already decided she was my first draft target. So
Should you want me to tell you who the two rumored people were that they took
Yeah.
photos of?
Sure.
Apparently, I don't know if it's true, it's just a rumor. Marianne and Omer.
Hmm.
So if Savannah is Marianne, you can put two and two together. But who knows? I'm not spoiled at all. That I mean, I
Yeah.
just obviously see the theories online. So
Yeah.
I would.
Interesting.
This is recency bias because we did a whole episode about him last week. JT on there would have been fun.
oh, I love JT. I mean,
He
I,
gets progressively worse and more chaotic every time.
I know, I agree. I mean, people give him crap for giving the idol to Russell. I mean, obviously it was dumb, but like
One of the dumbest moves in show history.
but think yes, but with the way it worked out. But think about it this way, from his perspective, Parvati, who ran one of the most successful women's alliances of all time, is on the tribe with Russell. Russell's the only guy left on the tribe. You did not see Russell play because it was filmed before Samoa came out. So you don't know who Russell really is at all. You don't know what's going on over there. I
You
know he's
know
on the
he's a
tribe.
villain though. Like that should
Exactly.
be
You
enough
know
to
he's a
Yeah.
pull.
villain, but like if it's a 5-5 deadlock, you're taking a risk. He was playing to win the game. He had already won before. He was out there
Yeah.
to go swinging. Like it would have been an amazing move had that worked out. And no one ever talks about that. It was obviously still a terrible move because how it did work out. But
Yeah.
I don't give JT as much crap for what that as most people do.
I will say that's probably his dumbest move overall, but
Oh,
he's the
100%.
worst player in Game Changers because there's more dumb things.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
multiple other than the hilarity of stranding his tribe at sea, but
Yeah. His game changers game is absolutely terrible.
he
But
gets Malcolm sent home because he can't keep his lips shut.
that made
He,
me so mad. I love Malcolm so much.
yeah, we love JT. So wrapping things up, check out all the Reality Realm shows. BB Brains, Pit Stop Pals, Amazing Race is back this week too. Thursday night premiere, but and New Generation Challengers. And with that being said, everyone grab your torches and head back to camp. Bye, guys.
Good night.